Okay, I'm going to call this meeting of the Sweetwater Council to order and ask Ollie Wilburn with Rema Valley Church to give the invocation this morning, and then have Councilman McPherson lead us in the pledges.
Heavenly Father, I thank you for the blessings of your presence upon this gathering. Thank you for wisdom upon the city council, favor upon our chief of police, fire chief. I thank you, Lord, for continued grace this council with wisdom for the days ahead. In your name, amen.
Amen. Join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, we'll now move to item 4, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approval of minutes for meeting held on April the 9th.
I make a motion we accept the minutes of the meeting held on April 9th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 5 calls for public input. At this time, anyone allowed to speak on any matter other than personal matters, or anyone who wishes to speak? Come on, sir.
Mr. Mayor, Council, I appreciate the opportunity to address the council. And on this day, I wanted to say a special thank you to a good friend who served on this council for 18 years now.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot of meetings, a lot of sacrifice of your time, and I really do appreciate it. I had the privilege of serving on this council with you for many years, and I appreciate your wisdom and input and for the good that you've done for this city. And I, again, say thank you on behalf of myself, my family, and the city of Sweetwater. And I know going off, it's going to seem strange for a while not to come down here. Even a while ago, sitting there, I almost said aye with y'all. But Stacy, as you take his place, and I challenge you and encourage you to take time to study the issues that the council is going to be faced, and also don't be afraid to be the Lone Ranger and have the only no vote or the only yes vote on matters that come before this city. Vote your conscience. Do what's best for the city, and always do that. And I know that you're going to do that, and I appreciate your willingness to serve on the council. Mr. Peak, again, thank you. Mayor, Ricky, Kerry, John, and Jeff, and City Manager. Again, I thank you all for the opportunity of having served with you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
I'll make one quick comment. When I first considered running for city council, I talked to my good friend Larry about it, and his advice to me was, no matter what happens on the council, let's remain good friends. Let's make sure it doesn't affect our friendship. Some of the sharpest debates I've had sitting up here were with my excellent friend Larry. We disagreed sharply, and we were still very close, very good friends, Larry. Thank you for that good advice years ago.
Anyone else? Okay, we'll now move to item 6, which is a presentation from Sweetwater High School DECA students, Brody and Mallory Gibson, presenting a check to the city of Sweetwater for the money raised to improve Sweetwater municipal pool.
Yeah, so we just want to thank y'all for letting us be here and talking to you again. If y'all remember back in December, we were here talking about what we were hoping to do, what we were planning to do. And so now we're going to talk about what we actually were able to do and the money that we were able to raise. So as of the middle of March, late April, we raised $4,771 for the city pool of Sweetwater, and that was through sponsorships and our raffle that we held. And all of the installation of those products that we had hoped to buy, the shade tarps and the chairs for the city pool with Mr. Hopple and Mr. Stanley. They're currently working on getting those installed. I've heard that the city maintenance guys have been really busy cutting grass because we've had a lot of rain. And so they haven't actually been able to complete that yet, but they're saying that it should be done before the pool opens Memorial Day weekend. And so $3,000 of that has actually been spent, and the rest, the other $1,700 about is still kind of left on retainer that they're going to hope to buy possibly more chairs with, but the money hasn't actually been spent by Mr. Hopple and Mr. Stanley as of currently. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit about our raffle. At our raffle, we had whenever we came here talking to y'all, we had hoped to raise $250 at our raffle, and we ended up doing significantly better than that. We raised $857 from the support of everybody at the game, the people that knew us in the community and wanted to help. And so that was a great thing. It was really successful. It kind of helped get our name out there and get out what we were doing to a lot of the community that hadn't heard of it at that point. And Mr. Stein over at KXOX had allowed us to actually go on to KXOX and talk about what we were doing. And so with his partnership in the raffle, we were very successful in getting our name out there and raising money for the city pool.
So our original goal for everything was $2,500, and as you can see, we ended up raising a lot more than that. Our sponsors were extremely generous, and we ended up raising about $3,915. So on the next slide is our list of sponsors. We had RWE donate, Lions Club, the Nolan County Coliseum, Sweetwater Steel, Sweetwater Rotary Club, Sweetwater Veterinarian, Texas National Bank, Family RV, Lawrence Management, RPMH, and personal donations. We are extremely grateful for all that they gave to us. We got a lot more money than what we were expecting, and we really think this is going to make the pool a lot better of a place.
And so now we have a check presentation that we're going to give to Mr. Stanley, if that's all right. Just with the amount of money that we've raised. So we have this, and then if we can just get a picture.
Very good.
Thank
Yeah, so we just want to say that we're really grateful for the support from everybody in our community, right? Mr. Vela, I know you helped us a lot, getting us here in front of City Council so that we could talk to y'all about what we're doing. And then all the other support that we've had from the companies, the chambers helped us a lot. Ms. Adamez and Ms. Hunt have helped us a lot just with the organization. And we obviously held the money in an account with Sweetwater Improvement, which is under the Chamber of Commerce. And so we just want to thank everybody in the community, thank all of you that allowed us to do this. Thank you, Mr. Stanley, for letting us give you some money. We're very grateful for the support, and personally it's been a great pleasure for me to see the way that Sweetwater can come together for one thing, and it really shows the strength of our community. And so thank you for letting us be here today and talk to you.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, that's all we have.
Thank y'all. Okay, we'll now move on to item 7A. Jeff Allen, City Attorney, will administer the oath of office to Mr. Kerry Baker, City Council Member, District 2, and Ms. Stacy Boyle, City Council Member, District 4. Let's see, where you gonna do it up here, Jeff? or- Let's step aside.
Okay, so you all repeat after me. I, and then state your name,
I, Kerry Baker, support,
do solemnly swear,
do solemnly swear,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of City Council Member,
of the office of City Council Member,
District of the State or District,
District
State of Texas,
the State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability preserve,
and will to the best of my ability preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend the Constitution
and defend the Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of the United States and of the state.
of the United States and of this state,
So help me God.
so help me God. Thank you, Jared.
He and I started this journey together at the same time. 18 years. And Larry, we have still remained friends. Because we haven't always agreed. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, Stacy. The rest of the council, I would simply say,
Thank you, sir, for your service.
Okay. I would like to also welcome Stacy Boyle to the Sweetwater City Council. She is the third woman and the first Hispanic woman to serve on the City Council. Okay, we'll now move to item 7B, which is discuss, consider, and act upon a resolution regarding appointment of Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Sweetwater and prescribing the term thereof. Anybody got a,
Nominate Mr. McPherson here.
okay?
I'll second the motion.
Any other questions or anything? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Now read the resolution into the record, appointing Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Sweetwater and prescribing the terms thereof. Are you ready for that, John?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll now move to item 7C, which is to discuss, consider, and act upon authorizing soliciting bids for asphalt type CR2, CRS 2P, fog seal, and grade 4 crushed rock to be used for the fiscal year 2024 street seal coating project. Any questions of Dana? Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion we authorize the soliciting of bids for asphalt type CRS2, CRS2P, fog seal, and grade 4 crushed rock to be used for the fiscal year 2024 street seal coating project.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now move to item 7D, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approving mid-year agreement upon procedures report for the period ending March 31st, 2023, as prepared by Kathy Wilkes, Certified Public Accountant.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You can see before you the list of the agreed upon procedures that were performed this last week. And I've detailed each of the procedures in the different areas that the city selected that they would like to have reviewed at mid-year. And you can see after each enumerated item that there were no exceptions found on the first 5, and there was only one found on the last, number 6. So I'd be happy to go into more detail or answer any questions on that.
I guess have the investment officers started training, completed training at this point?
I believe it's scheduled.
Scheduled.
Yes.
All right, good deal. Don't have anything else.
I'll make a motion we approve mid-year agreed upon procedures report for the period ending May 31st, 2023, as prepared by Ms. Catherine Wilkes, Certified Public Accountant, LLC.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now move to item 7E, which is discuss, consider, and act upon final acceptance and release of retainage funds for the membrane replacement and SCADA improvements project at the water treatment plant, funding through the Texas Water Development Board Drinking Water State Revolving Fund. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see everyone. For the record, my name is Sage Dillard with EHT. This item pertains to our improvement project at the water treatment plant. The membranes have been replaced and in operation for well over a year now. Following that, SCADA improvements were done. There was a little bit of a extended time to get the parts and pieces for the SCADA, the electrical equipment, but that's all been delivered, been installed, and in operation. Staff is using it. It's been a successful project. So we're at the point now where we're ready to close the project out. The Water Development Board is going to be doing their final inspection next week, and then we'll move forward with the documentation and the paperwork. So at this point, we do recommend that the city accept the project and approve release of retainage contingent upon approval by the Texas Water Development Board.
Any questions?
Move we approve the release of retainage funds.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now move to item 7F, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approval of construction contract change order number 2 for the membrane replacement and SCADA improvements project at the water treatment plant, funded through the Texas Water Development Board Drinking Water State Revolving Fund.
Okay, same project. We do need to rectify the contract. If you will recall, this project included one change order, which was some additional fees on the SCADA equipment. That was approved by the Water Development Board and implemented. This change order rectifies the contract by reducing the remaining amount of owner's contingency. We started with $150,000. We used roughly $78,000 for the SCADA improvements, and then what is remaining is $71,403.07. This change order will take it out of the construction contract and put it over into the overall project contingency for the future projects that are coming up. We have a pump station improvement project that's being reviewed by the Water Development Board right now, and then there will be a water line replacement project. So this change order is necessary to rectify the contract and get it closed out, and then we'll move into the next projects.
Any questions? We have a motion.
I make a motion, we approve the construction of contract order number 2 for the membrane replacement and SCADA improvements project at the water treatment plant, funded through the Texas Water Development Board Drinking Water State Revolving Funds.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now move to item 7G, which is to hear a presentation from Lynn Barrett, Director of Planning and Operations, regarding code enforcement updates.
Good morning. I'm going to try and advance the slide myself. I don't know how that's going to do. I just want to take just a second of your time to discuss kind of where we are. I know the beautification of our city and the removal of some of the less desirable items that are still out there are up on, I guess, the forefront of where everyone's minds are. And so just to kind of give you a little synopsis, because it has been raining, we have not been able to address tear downs. We haven't had any rezonings or plats for variances, but that will change in the next month. Our building permits have gone up, and so there is more activity on that front. If you can see that we have recorded quite a number of actions as well in the code enforcement area. Most of that's grass. And just to kind of give you an overview from June, when I first started compiling these figures through the end of April, you can see that we are much more active than we have been. Some of that has to do with the overabundance of rainfall that we've gotten, but also I now have a fully capable staff trained. Our code enforcement officer is going to be official in another week, and so we're hitting the ground running. So, thank you.
Thank you. City Manager's report.
Yes, sir.
few items for y'all. The patrol car fleet's laptops have been successfully installed and upgraded by the IT department. The upgrade will ensure that everything runs more smoothly and our officers can rely on fast and reliable technology. So I want to take this time to thank Zach Adames, our IT director, for making that happen and working closely with the PD to ensure upgrades in the technology in our patrol cars. The second item is the Sweetwater ISD and school resource officers receiving a perfect audit for security. In accordance with mandates in the Texas Education Code, every campus in Sweetwater ISD must be annually audited by an unannounced intruder detection audit. Sounds very fancy, and it is. In the event a campus is found with a security deficiency, a report must be made to the Board of Trustees as well as an improvement plan for the campus. This school year, all SISD campuses were audited and passed with flying colors, indicating our campuses are all following established security protocols to ensure that the campuses and any proxy, our students and staff are all safe. So thank you, Brian, and your team for leading that effort. We appreciate it very much. And the third item, I wanted to make this known to the council and the community and everybody here today. We were awarded nearly $200,000 last week, by the Nolan County Foundation to construct a half-mile walking trail at Newman Park. This will replace the existing quarter-mile trail that's old and dilapidated. It's probably beyond its useful life. This half-mile walking trail will be 5 feet wide and fully made of concrete, so it should stand the test of time for a long time to come. And I've been working with Carolyn Lawrence very closely on this issue, and Carolyn approached the Nolan County Foundation very recently. And we were awarded the full amount that we asked for, like I said, nearly $200,000. So I've been working with Sage on that. We'll get surveyors out there very quickly and get started on this project, and we're looking forward to cutting the ribbon sometime soon. So I wanted to make that known to the council and the public. And Mr. Mayor, that's all I had.
Thank you, sir. Brian, if you would, please let all your officers know that this being National Police Week, that we appreciate their service.
It is.
Thank you. Okay, now call for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.